Golfers, do you question your swing? I'm sure you do, but you probably don't. Keep watching and let me explain. Oh yeah, and if you like pizza, you'll enjoy this video. Welcome to my channel. I'm Bob Menzies, PGA Teaching Professional, here at the Bob Menzies Golf Training Studio in Auburn Hills, Michigan, and founder of Question Your Swing and Get in the Pizza Slice. Two concepts, two visuals that I have used for 30 plus years of teaching this great game that have helped numerous students of mine, and I know will help you. Of the nearly 25,000 lessons that I've given in my career, in person or online, or numerous amateurs that I've worked with over my career, or even some elite professional athletes from all four major sports, even some players from the PGA and LPGA tours, I've always tried to keep my thoughts and concepts and ideas with them very simplistic. Let's be honest, when a golf swing takes 2 seconds or less to complete, there's no time to think. So we need to keep things very dynamic and free-flowing and reactionary, like other sports, baseball, hockey. If we get too flooded and too bogged down with thoughts and positions, we're going to be in trouble. We'll look at some tour professionals in just a moment who question their swing and get in the pizza slice. This visualization will help change the shape of your downswing, especially if you're somebody that comes down over the top, outside in, which is about 90% of you that are watching this video right now. So let me explain. As we get set over a shot and we swing to the top, and assuming we're in a pretty decent position up here, as we start the transition coming down into downswing, the shifting of the weight and the turning and rotating of the body, we want that club head to be working more behind us. And what you'll start to see happening is when that club head is coming down and it's working into impact, it's forming a mirror imaged or reversed question mark. It has a semblance of that question mark. It's not a literal question mark, but it resembles that. That shape is going to be much more advantageous to your downswing. Let me show this to you from a different perspective if you are seeing yourself in a mirror. So as you see yourself in a mirror from your vantage point, as you swing to the top, from here, you now want to see that club head working behind you in some semblance of a question mark formation. And as that happens, you will inevitably start to deliver that club head down to impact from the inside of the target line, and you're going to hit better shots. Now, in regards to the pizza slice, as we get set over a shot, we have a shaft plane and we have a shoulder plane. Now, right from the get-go, you see that this looks like a little pizza slice. Now, as we get set to the top, as we come down and we question our swing, and that club head works back that way, you'll start to see the arms and club falling right in the heart of that pizza slice, inevitably getting that club head right back on the shaft plane, because ultimately we need that club head to be attacking your ball from the inside of the target line. When 90% of the golfing universe is to some extent working their club this way, with a shaft that is too steep, not questioning their swing, and inevitably cutting across the ball from an outside-in direction, there we go again, another slice. And as promised, in a few moments, we're going to take a look at some tour professionals who question their swing. Here at the Bob Menzies Golf Training Studio, I use V1 Sports software, and I would highly suggest that you guys download their free app. It's called V1 Golf. It's a red and white icon, and it's the app that I use when I work with my students remotely all throughout the world. They send me their swings. I do the analysis and feedback with drills specific to them. I then send those back to them through the app. It's a very seamless process, and I have seen some great results from working with students remotely. I have found that with my online lesson plans, that the student feels a little more sense of urgency, if you will, in sending me swings, and improvement happens better and faster that way. Now, Rickie there, I was on the driving range at the 2023 Rocket Mortgage Classic, and I got a lot of nice swings of Rickie, and you can see he has this here. It was essentially a broken shaft stuck in the ground, but at the very top, he had a magnet there, so his phone just stuck to the magnet, and every so often he'd film some swings, take a quick peek and look at what was going on. I would recommend you do the same thing. Don't assume you're doing something in your swing. Verify it with video. I've been telling students for the last 15 years at least, we all have a beautiful HD camera on our phone. Use it. Don't guess, don't assume. Verify with what you're doing with evidence through the video. Now, when we talk about the questioning the swing, when we take Rickie up to the top here, and I'm going to put a couple of little tracer dots on his club head here, and you're going to start to see that formation, that shape taking place as to what he is doing there in his downswing. He is shallowing the club, getting it back down on plane, and if we take him and turn him into a lefty, this is what I've been talking about, this question mark move here. Again, it's not a literal question mark, but it has that semblance. It's resembling that of a question mark, especially, yet again, for those of you that come down over the top, outside in, this thought, this visual will do wonders for you. Now, if we take a look at Justin Thomas, this was also at the 2023 Rocket Mortgage Classic in Detroit. So in regards to questioning his swing, let's get him up to the top. And what you're going to notice here, watch when he starts coming down. Notice, see how the club head works essentially between his wrists right there, or between his forearms, you could say, but between his wrists right there, that's kind of the start of the questioning of his swing. And with the driver, you can see it makes a bigger motion, it makes a bigger shape, a bigger questioning mark in regards to, say, an iron. But yet again, he is now attacking his ball from the inside of the target line. We take him, turn him into a lefty, and you can see yet again that shape. Now in regards to get in the pizza slice, let's put a couple of plane lines up here for these players, a shaft plane and a shoulder plane. And there is our pizza slice. Many of these professionals, not all of them, but many, will tend to swing the club head along the lower line, the shaft plane, like what you see Rickie doing right here. From there, as he swings to the top, he's primarily set with his hands on the shoulder plane. Beautiful positions. And then from there, you got it. He falls right in the heart of the pizza slice as he shallows and drops the club head behind him. Right there, what you're seeing is the shaft is essentially out of his bicep. He is more or less 50-50 in the heart of the pizza slice there. And as he continues coming down, he's able to get the club head right back down on plane. Let's take a look at Justin Thomas over here. As he swings the club back, he works it along the lower line, the shaft plane, beautiful position there. As he works to the top, he's always tended to have his hands set a little higher and above the shoulder plane. When that's the case, he just simply has to question his swing a little bit more to get it back into the heart of the pizza slice. And here he comes down, club works behind him, and he is right in the heart of the pizza slice. Yet again, the shaft out of his bicep, essentially dead parallel to the shaft plane here, and basically 50-50, splitting the difference between the pizza slice, and then inevitably comes back down and hits the club here around waist high, right back on the shaft plane, attacking his ball inevitably from the inside of the target line. Now we're going to look at this fun example. This is a very unique swing, and I promise you, there is nobody in professional golf, and I mean nobody, that questions their swing more than this guy right here, Matthew Wolff. So if we take a look at this, we get him up to the top. This was at the 2019 Rocket Mortgage Classic in Detroit. And as he got to the top there, let's put our little tracer dots there, and we can see yet again what is happening. That club works behind him, and it really slings back and around and behind him, and he's picking up a lot of club head speed as he's doing this. And ultimately gets that club right back down on plane. We'll look at that in just a moment. But we take him, make him a lefty, and yet again we see that semblance of a question mark here. Now in regards to getting him in the pizza slice, let's put our plane lines. We all know he has that very out backswing. That club works way out in front of him, way above not only the shoulder plane, but it's working well above the shaft plane. Very, very unique, but it works well for him. As we take him to the top, as we know, he questions his swing. I mean, ultimately, where that club head is from right there, and where he then delivers it back to impact, and where that club head had to travel, as what we just looked at a moment ago, and inevitably dropping and falling right in the heart of the pizza slice, is awfully impressive. Yet again, there's the shaft coming out of the bicep, parallel to the shaft plane there. Essentially 50-50, splitting the difference between those planes. And as he continues coming down, that club gets right back down on plane around waist high as he ultimately attacks the ball from the inside of the target line. And man, this guy can bomb it. Work on these things, and I know you are going to see better results. I would love for you to start hitting some draws. Now I'd like to show you two quick examples of what I see on a daily basis. The player on the left, as we get him to the top, and as we start coming down, let's put our little tracer dots there. And what was happening is he wasn't making as big of a questioning move as what he could have been doing. And when we look at it from a lefty perspective, you can see that the loop, the question mark, just wasn't big enough. Now with the player on the right, as he swung to the top, what will appear to happen is that he's questioning his swing, but it's not enough. So I'm going to put the pizza slice up in just a moment, and I'm going to show you more specifically. As he works down closer and closer to impact, let's look at it from a lefty perspective. Okay, there's a little backward motion there, a little questioning, little shallowing move being made, but it wasn't enough. Let me show you with the pizza slice. So now let's put the shaft plane and shoulder plane. Now player on the left, as he swung to the top, as we saw a moment ago when he came down, it was literally no questioning move. And ultimately what is happening is his shaft was coming down too steep, as it's termed, steep in relation to the shaft plane here. So when he continued coming down, you can see the club head, the shaft, it never got in the pizza slice. So that club head of his is out in front of his chest, and it is simply over the top of the shaft plane. Now when we get over the top of the shaft plane, we lose power, speed, distance. Accuracy will suffer. The player on the right, he had a little bit more of a bigger questioning move, and you can see that right there, but again, ultimately it wasn't enough. His club head, his shaft, never got in the pizza slice. However, his shaft was parallel to the shaft plane, but again, he never got in the pizza slice. So when he continued coming down, his club head got in front of his chest. It was over the top of the shaft plane. And this is where most of you are, unfortunately. I'm trying to help you change that so you can get on the shaft plane coming down and ultimately attack your ball from the inside of the target line and start hitting those draws. The next time you go to work on your game, question your swing and get in the pizza slice. I promise you, those two easy to remember, simple, visual ideas and concepts will do wonders for your game to inevitably get you attacking the ball from the inside of the target line. And when that face is closing to that better path, you'll start hitting draws on a way more consistent basis. Hopefully you found that video helpful, and if so, please hit the like and subscribe buttons below. I'd greatly appreciate it. It'll help to grow my channel, and it'll help to provide more weekly content. And as a thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel, I'm going to offer you a free swing analysis. Simply visit the comments below. You'll see the link to my website. Send me your swings. I'd love to help you. And let's get your game back on track. More than likely, we need to question your swing and get you in the pizza slice. Looking forward to seeing your swings soon.